Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 7th episode of the Thursday Table. Today, we have with us Mr. Vishnu Reddy, a young and vibrant archery coach who is also an executive member of the Kerala Archery Association. Vishnu started his journey as an archery coach in 2015 and has been successful in sending the archers he coached for various state and national level meets. He is a National Judge, Archery Association of India, and was a member of the committee that selected the archers for the Tokyo Olympics. On behalf of all of us at HIE, I welcome you to the program, Vishnu.
Hi, good evening all. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yeah. So can we start now?
Yeah, Vishnu, there are both first years and second years of our junior college who are watching on the big screen. And as we are planning to start archery in our campus, they're very early waiting to listen to you.
I'm very happy to hear that, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, you can carry on now.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So good evening all and welcome to my class. So today I'm going to give you a small brief about archery classes. So he is my student Arun and he is preparing for the next Para Olympics. You know what is a Para Olympics? Some years ago, he lost his leg in an accident and he started his career at the age of 30. So I'm telling you, age is not a factor in archery. At any age, you can start archery. If you are 90 years old and if you are 10 years old, if you are 30 years old, you can start your career in archery. So this is a recurve bow. So this is a recurve bow. You can see this bow in Olympics. In the Olympics, only recurve is allowed. No any other bow is not allowed in the Olympic Games. So Arun is going to shoot with this bow. Actually, this bow is not making in India. We are importing this product. This is a 38 poundage bow. 38 poundage means the strength which we require. If I am putting 38 poundage, then only I will be able to pull this bow back. That is 38 poundage. And I can give you a small demonstration of shooting. Okay, Arun. Yeah, shoot. Okay. So now we can go to the target and we can check where the arrows are now. Yeah, all the arrows are in the 10 ring now. Okay, but he shot from a short distance. I mean, he shot 3 arrows from 10-meter distance. But in the real competition, this was a practice session. Arun was shooting around nearly 300 arrows per day. Now he is little tired. And in the real competition, the shooting is from 70 meters, not 17, it is 70 meters. 70 meters means a football field size. Post to post is around 90 meters. So 70 meters is the distance for the recurve division. And from the 70 meters distance, that yellow color, you can see that yellow color in the size of an apple. So if you are watching this Olympic Games and all the Olympians, most of the people will be hitting their arrows on the bullseye. It is not that much easier to pull that bow and shoot 72 arrows. But when a newcomer is coming to archery, we are starting from a TheraBand or from with a training bow. I don't training bow. This is a training bow. This is a very light poundage bow. Anybody can pull this bow and shoot arrows. Because for a new player, if a novice level player is coming, he or she cannot pull the recurve bow. Because it is too heavier to pull. So if you are a beginner, we can use this bow. And in the competition scenario, you will be having under 14 category and under 18 category and under 21 category and seniors, which means mini category, sub-junior, junior and senior level. And for you, school games, SGFI competitions also will be there. So in these competitions, you can participate. Okay. Okay. Board. And in Hyderabad, I had an inquiry. I have a relation with Hyderabad Archery Association, and they are conducting district level competitions. And those who are selected to the district level competitions, they will be going to the state level championships. And then who is winning in the state level championship, they will represent Andhra Pradesh, and they will go to the national level championships. And if you are starting archery now, and if you are regular too, you can in 1 or 2 years you can start a recurve bow and you can go for the competitions. And if you are having any doubts, I may miss some contents. So if you want to ask anything to me, you can ask. I will be giving you a fantastic briefing regarding archery. Okay. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Vishnu.
Ma'am, they can ask me doubts. I can give them a brief.
Okay. So can we go ahead with the questions now?
I don't want to hear 3 or 4 questions. I want to hear a lot of questions.
Okay.
Because this briefing will not work. They want to know so many things regarding archery. We can't say, we don't know what they want to know.
So, okay, I think we'll start taking questions. Are the boys there? Can we start with the first question?
Start videos.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
Sir, do you consider being honest to yourself is one of the most important factor to succeed in life?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you repeat it?
Sir, do you consider being honest to yourself is one of the most important factor to succeed in life?
Yeah, of course, definitely. If I don't believe in myself, I can't learn anything. Not only in archery, if any game, I have to believe in myself. Because archery, every game is a mental game. Mental game means, I always tell these examples to my students. We have two minds. One is conscious mind and the other one is subconscious mind. You all know to ride a bike or a cycle, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
When you started to learn cycling or riding a bike, you were very conscious about where is the gear and where is the accelerator, all these things. You are searching for this. And when you started to ride a bicycle also, when you go for a ride, somebody crosses in front of you, you will fall down. But initially what happened, later on, if something happened, immediately you will brake or you will turn your handle to another side in future, if you are a master in that. Because that subconscious mind is taking part to do that particular task. And archery is also like that. When I started my career, when I started shooting, I was very conscious how to grip, how to hook on my bow, how to raise it, how to draw it back, all these things. I was very, very, very conscious in this. But in future, it became as a second nature in my body. It's a second nature. I'm not very conscious to shoot any arrows. Okay. Same like you're cycling and driving a car, all these are your second nature. While you riding or while you walking, you are thinking so many things, but you are completing your task. All this happening because of self-confidence and self-motivation. Am I clear to you?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Can we have the next question?
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
Sir, my name is Mohammad Numan Gori from first year MPC. My question,
Okay, hi.
like when a young sportsman loses in the initial period of the game and
Okay.
he loses the competition and he gets in the thought of leaving the game now. So what is the advice for that type of students?
Have you seen this Tokyo Olympics?
Yes.
Tokyo Olympics archery competition?
No, sir, I haven't.
Yeah, that's okay, fine. I will explain you. In the archery competition, in the quarterfinals, we had a match between Deepika Kumari and Alsang of Korea. Okay, Deepika is our great player. This was her third Olympics, and Alsang is a newcomer. And Deepika is in the world ranking #1. She's our player. And what happened when the Olympic podium, when she faced the Alsang, she was very nervous. In every Olympics, not only in Tokyo Olympics, in all the Olympics, our majority of the players are very nervous. This is not because of the technical part. Equal to technical part, we have to consider our mental side also. If Deepika is a world ranking #1 player and she has so many world medals, why she is not getting medals in the Olympics? Not only Deepika, other players also. It is only because of psychological side. Mentally, our players are not that much stronger. So from the childhood, from the beginners, we have to consider the technical side and the mental side. That two things has to be balanced.
Yes, sir, I got your point. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you are welcome.
Okay, who's next?
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
This is Magdum from MPC, sir, 11th standard.
Okay.
Sir, I want to ask, people always say that there is no career in sports, but what I believe is there is a bright career behind every sports. Sir,
Yeah, yes.
sir, can you please tell how can we change our sports to a career now, sir?
Yeah, right. Sport. Who told you this? There is a beautiful career in sports. I am living in sports. I am living in sports. This Aruni is living in sports. And we had when Prabhavati ma'am was the principal of this school, we had a big, I had a big fight with other teachers. Fight means it was a conversation, and in that conversation, teachers were telling academics is everything, sports is nothing, and some teachers used to call parents, and they used to tell them, "Arey, nowadays there is no archery competition, so you send your child 10 days for the archery competition just before the competition. In 10 days, how can we manage our technical side, mental side, equipment side, and other things? That is impossible." And the career in sports, there is coach vacancy is there, sports psychologist is there, to check all the biomechanism part. There is a chance, and physical training, there is a career, and of course in teaching there is a career. And one more thing, can you compare the salary of a cricketer with a doctor? That is a joke, right?
No, sir, I can't.
And can you compare a American boxer's remuneration with an engineer?
No, sir.
Salary of a footballer and what profession is there? Yeah, anything is there? No, it is uncomparable. People will laugh. They are earning crores. Okay, so sports is a beautiful career. It is changing now. Before, when I was a child and my parents' time, sports was nothing. So that's why parents were afraid to send their child to sports. But now the system has changed. Now we have Khelo India scheme and other Olympic programs. Everything is there in India. That's why we are getting so many medals in the international competitions.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And sports is not a choice; it is a requirement.
Yeah, sir.
Recently,
Thank you
Vishnu
so much.
moved from automobile engineering to archery.
Yeah, and I'm an automobile engineer basically, but I don't want to go to that field.
Okay, can we have the next question, please?
Good evening, sir. This is
Very
MD.
good evening.
This is MD Rizwan Ahmed from Senior BPC. I would
Okay.
like to ask a question that there is a very famous quotation that behind every success story, there is also a story of failure. So would you like to share any of your failure story and how you have felt when it was done?
So you want to hear a failure man story behind my success, or the person who supported me more, right?
Yes, sir.
Which one you want to hear?
What is your first failure story and how you motivated from it?
My failure story, I always fail. My story, I will tell you. I wanted to become an army officer. Okay. And but it didn't happen. But I was a shooter basically. I was in NCC, National Cadet Corps. You may know what is NCC. I was in NCC. Then I got selection for NCC shooting programs and all. Then after NCC, I had a chance to visit the archery competition. When I see the archery competition, it really amazed. I was very surprised. I used to see all these things in the Mahabharata serial. I didn't know that the arrow can fly this much far, this much faster and all. Then I told my parents, I want to learn archery and I want to go for competitions. And they didn't allow me to take part in any competitions. And they didn't give me an archery competition. They didn't give me any money to go for sports. And I started to do this part-time jobs. I started to do part-time jobs. Then I earned money, and I bought a first bow in my life. That was my first bow with my own money. Then I started my career, and that time also people told me, "Why are you going to this archery? This game is a rich people's game, and you can't be excel in archery. You are not that much talented and all." My family members, my neighbors, my friends, all these people told me this. But now I'm here. I'm a national judge of Archery Association of India. I selected the Indian team for Tokyo Olympics, and I trained so many people, so many students, and they won medals in state level and national levels. Yeah, this is my story. And the person who supported me, Prabhavati ma'am, she supported me when she was the principal of this school. She used to she allowed me to go for the competitions as a judge, as a coach and all, and they didn't deduct any salary from any money from my salary. And the school management, that helped me a lot, and the state association, my coaches, my teachers, and later on my parents, they also started to help me. So there are so many people are there, especially my coaches. And yeah, so many people are there. I have to say 101 thousands of people name. Ma'am, I can't hear you.
Thank you for that answer,
Thank you,
Vishnu. Now, can we have the next question?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Very good
Myself-
evening.
Myself, Samir Hussain from Senior BPC.
Okay.
How do you react to the fact that archery has been losing its fame in India since many young talents has been losing their interest in archery since there is not much scope in future?
Can you repeat the question again?
Sir, how do you react to the fact that archery has been losing its interest and fame in India since
Okay.
many young talents has losing his interest since there is no scope in future?
Yeah, it is depends on the their mindset, because archery is becoming a popular game in India. It is changing now. The hope in archery is, I don't know, the fame is going down because it's changed. I told you that when I started my career in archery in Kerala, especially in Kerala, in our region, it was not very popular. When people ask me, when I tell people I'm an archery player, they will ask me, what is archery? Archery is this. They thought archery is fencing or some other game. So then I had to stand there. I had to give them a brief what is archery and how it is happening. But nowadays, if I tell people I'm an archery coach or archery player, they will understand. Yeah, archery has a beautiful hope in India, because we have only one athletic medal in the Olympics. That too for Neeraj Chopra. I respect him. But we have more scope in shooting, archery, wrestling, and yeah, other these games in the Olympics. Because to get a Olympic medal in the athletics events, that is too difficult, if I am saying. But to get a medal in shooting and archery for Indians, I would say, yeah, we have more hope than athletics. Because these Europeans, their structure, their endurance, their strength, everything is different than Indians. But for we people, archery, shooting, wrestling, these games will be better, especially archery. But we are not getting any medals in archery in the Olympics. That is a different case study. Definitely, we can get so many medals in the Olympics like this Koreans and all. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who's next? Who wants to ask next?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Every successful man has their inspiration. I would like to know who is your inspiration in the sports field.
My inspiration in the sports, if I am telling, there is no real person. I watch so many movies. Some movies inspired me. If in real life, my inspirations are Muhammad Ali, and who is there? Muhammad Ali. If I am saying, yeah, Muhammad Ali. In real life, I watch so many movies, especially this Hindi and all, mostly sports movies.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Sir, I
Yeah.
have just one more question.
Yeah,
That
sure.
In India, there are parents who are scared. So, how are you going to motivate them to send their children to the sports field?
Because you are telling parents are scared to send their children for sports.
Yes, sir. Parents are quite afraid to send their children to the sports field.
Yeah, I have a beautiful. I will tell you. When I was a school student, the principal will call all this. How can I say that? We used to go to the principal's office for fighting things. We used to fight in between friends. So only for that reason, principal used to call us to their office. But nowadays, it changed. The students are started to using drugs. I'm telling drugs. These capsules, injections, powders, everything. All these things they are using. Why? It is basically it is because of mobile phones. Okay. No children wants to go out and play. They want to sit their room and they want to play with their mobile phones. And I know so many students who are addicted to drugs and who caught for that and who are in the jail and all. So these all are happening because of lack of physical activities and overuse of mobile phones. And if a parent is holding their child back into his room, yeah, that's all. His career is end. We have to play. If we play, we don't go to these stupid things like drugs and all. We will play and we will our character development. It's all happening with physical activities. And if we sit in home and playing mobile phones, we will program in a different way. Because if a child is crying, if a baby is there, if a child is crying, immediately the father or mother will give a mobile phone to that child and he will stop crying. He will start to play with that mobile phone. But in future, that creates a lot of problem. So you can see this in your family also. If a child is crying, that mother or father will give a mobile phone to him. Okay. So the thing is, they are putting their children in a cage. Really, I'm saying in a cage. These classroom studies are also like that, putting children in a cage and they are trying to feed something. You just go out and play and study well too. We have to balance it equally, academics and sports. Nothing is more.
Yes. Thank you, sir. I got you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Next question, please.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
Sir, what do you think? Who is a better sportsman? A one who is having natural talent or the one who is a hard worker?
In archery or in the all sports?
Anyone, sir. Any of the sport.
Yeah, that is Muhammad Ali. I love him. He is not an archer, he is a boxer, even though I like him. Muhammad Ali. Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, anybody else to ask questions?
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
Sir, my name is Mohammad Shoaib Rahil. I'm an
Okay.
student. Sir, my question is archery an expensive hobby?
Yeah, we can consider archery as a hobby also. I will show you one thing. Just wait. Arun, that will cross. I think you are going to love this equipment. I'm going to show you a different equipment, which is not part of competition. Bang. This one. Have you ever seen this bow?
Yes, sir.
What is this? Which bow it is?
Crossbow.
Yeah, this is a crossbow. This is not a part of any competitions in India, but I used to shoot this every day as a hobby. What I will do when my students are shooting here in the field, I will come here, I will just load this bow and I will take my ball and I will load here. I will aim on a target and I will just shoot. Okay, I will show you the arrow. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So not only this, you can consider archery as a hobby also. I'm not telling you to learn archery and go for competitions. You can consider archery as a hobby also. It is a beautiful game. When you started to use a bow and started to hit on the targets, it is beautiful. You will never quit archery. So you can shoot with a crossbow, recurve bows, compound bows, bear bows, blow gun, any equipment you can use.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, who's going next?
Sir, I have another question, sir.
Yeah.
What do I need to know before starting archery?
Nothing just if you have the interest, you just go to a coach, or you can come to me, I will teach you. But if you have the if you have the real interest inside you, you can become anything in archery. If you have the time to dedicate for that, and if you have the real interest, then you will become a successful person in archery. Not only in archery, in anything. But you have to give time. It is time consuming. It will take time. That is the truth. That you have to know. Yeah, I have a point that it will take time. If you started to learn archery today, next month you will not become a great shooter. It will take years. People are putting 10 years, 15 years, 20 years to get that Olympic medal. Some people are getting it in a short span of time. So everybody is not designed like the same. Every person is different. So you have to consider that thing. It is time consuming. It will take time. Okay, but you can learn it. That is my promise.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, just come to me. Or whenever I'm coming to Hyderabad, I will come to your school.
Okay.
And you meet me there.
So next question, please.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
Sir, can you share your story of any your achievements you have life in your life, which you had in your life?
My achievements.
Yes, sir.
My achievements, I have gold medals in district level, state medals. I have national level participations. And that is, as a player, they are my achievements. And in other things, then I became a judge of Archery Association of India. And I'm a joint secretary of the District Archery Association. And I'm an executive committee member of State Archery Association. And next I am going to write Asian Continental Judges Examination. And after that, I am going to write World Archery Judges Examination. So this is my plan. And on top of that, I want to balance my coaching career also. So judging and coaching, I want to bring these two things in my life.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Any more question? I think we can take one more question if there is time.
Sir, I have one more question.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we are the students and we are striving for different competitive exams. So
Okay.
how to manage between academics and the sports?
First of all, I'm not telling you to shoot arrows all the days or do sports all the days. You can easily manage sports and academics. Okay, my students, most of the students, they are coming after school. They will come to my ground at 3:30. 3:30 to 5:30, they will do sports. Then they will go back, they will go take bath, then they will go for studies. Actually, most people are thinking if you do sports, you will become tired and you can't go there and sit and study. It is a myth. It is absolutely, it is not a true thing. If you do sports, you will become rejuvenated, because after in the school, you are sitting in a classroom and you are sitting in the same place every day and you are watching same teachers every day. And you are going to the same campus every day. But after that program, if you come to a field, you will be having some physical activities. You will take a bow, you will shoot some arrows, and your arrows are going to hit at the 10 ring or 9 ring. So you will become very happy, and your blood circulation, your mental factors, everything is rejuvenating at that point of time. Then easily you can go back to your hostel room or your house, then you can study. And this is a beautiful experience also. I can handle Malayalam, Tamil, Hindi, and English. You know what is my English now. Okay, so these four languages I can easily handle. And this all happened because of sports only. In my school, for Hindi, out of 50, maybe 13 or 15 marks, and English, I don't want to tell that. And yeah, this was the truth. But I learned all these things from sports only. And to balance academics and sports, you have to keep a okay, close. And if you want to balance sports and academics, you have to find time for academics and sports. That is a discipline. You have to be disciplined for that purpose.
I got you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Anybody else to ask questions? Do we have any more questions? I think that's it, Vishnu.
And one more thing, I want to share one more thing. This
Yeah.
was a small session to tell about archery. We can't take all these things in 1 hour. It will take months. So this was a small session. If I am getting a chance to come to your school, definitely I will be giving you a beautiful program. Not only my coach will be there. My coach is my coach lives in Hyderabad. His name is Ayyar Sanam. He's a former international player, and I can take him also.
That's wonderful, Vishnu. Great to
Yeah.
know that. And dear children, I met Vishnu 5 years back as a very shy young man who could not even stand and talk a sentence. So seeing him speak so well today, you can understand what sports can do for you. So thank you very much, Vishnu, for the demonstration and the wonderful answering of all the questions that are.
Thanks to you too, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
You are also a part of my successful life.
Thank you. And I hope we'll meet soon at the campus. Okay.
Definitely, ma'am.
Thank you.
I will be happy to visit there.
Nice meeting you for a long time.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.